Howdy, y'all.
Oh,
I've
yes.
got my boots on.
Yes, we're in Texas, so every time we go out, she puts her friggin' double denim on and her boots and starts talking like Sydney Sweeney.
No, I don't.
You do. You were in a place the other day with it and you just squeezed your boobs together.
No, I didn't. Stop making up things.
I think you did.
I don't think I did.
I really think you did.
No, I thought I would look all cool and, try and fit in with my boots and my denims and stuff.
No, you were doing Sydney Sweeney voice.
I was not.
So in the barbecue place, the first one we went to, you were doing eyes at the waiter to get him to come over.
I was practicing.
Practicing your photographic eyes.
Yes, and it worked.
And then pushing cleavage together to make him give you free shit.
No, I wasn't.
I think he gave you a free cup of water.
Oh my God, stop making up things. I don't do stuff like that. Anyways, yes, we're in Dallas, in Texas.
Dallas. Dallas.
In Dallas, where...
I think I like Austin better.
Yeah, no offence, Dallas.
Yeah, sorry, Dallas. Yeah, no offence. But...
No offence, but I think I do as well.
Although in Dallas, they're really good.
What do you mean?
Well, the other day when I went down to get some ice, I got some ice and went up the counter to pay for it, and she goes, "We don't charge you for water." And I looked over at the bottles in the fridge that were in plastic as well, and then she goes, "Oh." I thought that was a very funny comment.
Yeah, you can't say we don't charge for water when you've literally got bottles of water for sale. So are they free?
Well, they gave us one free bottle in our room.
Yeah, that's true.
Did they ever clean your room? Or you're still 1 week dirty?
No, I haven't.
No, I just wondered if they gave you a new bottle of water.
No.
Because I didn't use my bottle of water because I don't like toilet water.
I have some shame going on in my room, so I've had the do not disturb sign on it all week.
What shame? Oh, the wine stains on the bed.
And the suitcase explosion in the corner.
Oh, yes.
I don't want anyone to see that. So...
Bec's suitcases were like a very large bottle of Coke and you drop 10 Mentoses in it. It goes everywhere. Every corner of the room has got something sitting there.
Yeah, so...
You even leave stuff in my room because you can't fit any more in your room.
So that's fine. But I've got 2 towels here, even though...
You got 3 towels.
Really? Oh. And it's fine. I think my sheets are fine. I mean, the bed's big enough I can just sleep in a different corner of it each night.
I've been sleeping in every corner of it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think Shree's going to kill me when I get home.
Are you doing zoomies like I do?
I'm waking up in all different places in the bed that I would not normally
You've caught
do.
my disease, whereas I don't think I've done zoomies once this trip. I've been sleeping solidly for the first time in my life.
Well, you saw my bed in the last place on the last night. I could even pulled the mattress protector off. I think I might have even got under that.
That's normally my thing I do when we're travelling. Normally I'm the one who does crazy things. And it was like when we were travelling with Anne, I think there was one night she said that one morning she woke up and my head was down the end and my feet were up on the pillow. And she's like, "What on earth do you do in your sleep?" Whereas I've been sleeping solidly.
I think it might be the fact that I am sleeping really well, but I think it's because I've changed some things in my diet. When I travel, I always tend to get poisoning or get an upset stomach. So Bec and I just haven't been eating because we can't find edible food.
That was the best.
So little. No, I have done a couple other things that I read about, and I was just getting fed up with always being kept awake at night with pains in my stomach and things like that. So just the things like eating the pumpkin seeds and nuts.
And your hibiscus tea?
My hibiscus tea. It's actually, I reckon, it's on amazing things. So some of these YouTubers are actually really clever. Some aren't. Some had me doing stretches, which made my sciatica worse.
Well, that was going to be the first thing that I mentioned was we've just been really struggling to find good food. We found a couple of places, But for the most part,
We must have been going to different places. I can't think of...
well, I've liked the barbecue places we've been to. Well, I liked my turkey.
Oh, no. The first place, their brisket was really nice, their slaw was really nice, and I didn't have to beg for a piece of bread. And they had pickles on the plate.
Your piece of cake.
The second place we went to...
It's Terry Black's.
Yeah, we didn't like it in Austin either.
Yes, I don't know why we decided to go back.
The rib was better than the first place, but their brisket was horrible. I would, if I cooked like that, I wouldn't even present that. Well, I think I did one bad brisket once, and the kids all said, "It's amazing, Dad, shut up." But I could say, "Yeah, this is crap. I don't know what I did wrong." And it was like that. It would just seem to be really dry.
Well, I don't
See,
know.
brisket's supposed to be like a wet sponge. You wring it and just fat drips out of it. You like it?
I like the when you pan fry it the next day and we put that in tacos. Better than fresh brisket. Fresh brisket I find like, I don't know about me and my textures.
Your textures.
I don't know if I like the textures of it.
Yeah, when I fry it, so I cut it really thin. And when it goes in a fry pan, it only goes in like 30 seconds. And it's just rendering out the last of the fat. And it's a bit like bacon, doesn't it?
American bacon.
Yeah, skanky bacon.
It goes really crispy and then we put that in tacos with some salsa, maybe a pickle or two.
Yes,
onions.
I can't believe that you actually put pickles in there now.
I put one.
Yes,
But it's my sweet fires, which are the only pickles that I eat. I put those on my burgers when I make them at home.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I like my sweet fires.
They are good pickles.
They're the only ones I'll eat. Any other pickle can go in the bin. But I liked my turkey at the first place. I wasn't a big fan of the one at Terry Black, so I really liked my third turkey as well.
Yeah, there I had to beg for a piece of bread and they didn't give me pickles. And I walk up to the bar to order some drinks and the people sitting at the bar, when they put, "So do you want some pickles and some bread?" and all, they never offered me all of that. Maybe they saw us a weird Australian.
Maybe. Anyways, I've liked that, but other than that, I've really struggled with.
It's really hard. A lot of the times when we're travelling, we go into a restaurant and you see something written, you think about the best one you've ever had. And when it comes out, it's not. And you get like just simply a steak or a good smash burger or something like that. When you're ordering, you're thinking of the best ones you've had, not the worst ones you've had. Since we've been in America, we're now thinking of the worst ones we have. And you're looking down the menu going, do I want the worst burger I've ever had or do I want the worst
Tacos I've ever had.
Oh, those tacos today. How you got takeaway things for our workshop. In fact, everything we've got for our workshops has been better than us going out to restaurants and things at night.
I'm just finding the best for the people that are paying the bills.
Like the barbecue we had the other day was really nice. The tacos we've had the last couple of workshops have been really nice. Even the pizzas have been nice. And I was expecting skanky pizzas.
No.
The last pizza was a bit skanky, but the one before that was really nice. Which is crazy. Then you go to a restaurant that wants to... Do you know how much our ice creams cost?
How much?
38 Australian dollars for 2 ice creams.
Oh my God.
How do people live here?
Why was it so much money?
That's what our card got charged.
Jesus Louises.
Oh, there would have been a 20% tip, and then they ask you for another tip, and then there would have been you have to tip on the tip.
They shouldn't be able to do that. They shouldn't put in what do they call, like gratuity, and then ask for a tip after that.
Yeah, but you're tipping on the tip.
That's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not. It's either you put in an automatic percentage tip and then you don't ask for extra, or you just ask for the... Well, I made sure of that with the food that we got the other day on the workshop. I was signing for it and I noticed there was a little thing that said tip. But then I noticed that on top of that, they already had an automatic tip put in there, and then and I was like...
But this is where I don't understand it. why not just charge everyone 20% more? We don't do tips anymore. Because if you have, to me, isn't tips tax-free? That might be what it is.
I don't know.
I think tips is tax-free.
I've been looking out for. I've been looking out for sneaky things like that because
sneaky business.
I was even when I've been looking for places for us to go for dinner, and I read the reviews because that's all I can go off.
And they're always wrong. One of the guys at the workshop said, don't look at the good reviews, look at the bad reviews. Yeah. Only look at the 1, 2 and 3 stars. Okay. Never look at the 4s and 5s because they're normally friends and family.
No, I normally do. I normally do look at the bad ones, but then it's weird. Like when I got really nervous before we checked into this place because I was looking at the bad reviews and there was some pretty horrible reviews for this place, but I really like this place. My bed's super comfy, the rooms are super spacious, the shower's got good pressure and gets...
They could have finished the walls and the...
No, the walls are cool.
I'm stirring.
It's a little shop downstairs. I mean, the food is not the greatest, but it's still handy to have. They give you free ice.
Yes. You've got to pay for the water, though.
I'm happy with this place, but then some of the reviews were horrible, so I was really nervous. I was like, shit, I haven't booked a bad place.
Well, even when we got back from the workshop, I really felt like a beer, so I ran down and went to buy it out of the machine. She goes, no, not allowed to buy it out of the machine. I was about to go angry. She goes, no, whenever the bar's open, we have to shut the machine down. Oh. So I went over to the bar and I got my Modelo and a nice bit of lime, which was small enough to fit in the bottle. Not like some places to give you a bit and you can't even get them in the bottle.
That's so weird. It's like...
And it was only $6 US.
That's good. It's reasonably priced.
We can't even buy them in Australia for that price in a bottle shop. We can't buy them in Australia in most parts. I don't know why. It's nearly every bar we've been into, it's on tap. Coronas aren't on tap, but that is. But then we've got Corona on tap in some of the Australian bars, but you can't buy that anywhere.
That's strange.
So I actually think it's my favourite, or second favourite beer, third favourite beer. It's going down the list very quickly. It's like I watched a YouTube on best brisket places in Texas. Mm-hmm. And my favourite has always been Franklin's, even though you have to queue.
For hours.
And if you get a little bit there late, you're going to miss out on things like the first time we were there.
Yes.
Like I really wanted to taste his ribs. They sold out 10 people before us. But with that, I'm watching do all these things and I'm just watching Franklin's going second, now third, fourth, fifth, sixth, down the ladder. I think, I need to find some of these other places. They had Terry Blacks below Franklin's, but fair bit.
So it should be.
There's supposed to be one here. The one that won it was the one in Fort Worth, but the guy said it's like Franklin's, you've got a queue and they do sell out. Mm. And in fact, the top 3, I think it was, don't have any brisket left for meals. So they only do them up to lunchtime and then they're normally sold out. Mm. I think that also might be why it's nicer because it's fresher. It's not sat all day in the friggin' warmers.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, the couple of ordering a smash burger and the buns come out upside down.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was weird, but then the burgers hadn't been smashed. Like they was thick as what? I was thinking, oh, they must have smashed the buns. Yeah. He should have said smashed buns, not smashed burger.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. But yeah, I still think that sushi place in New York's winning at this trip.
I like my New York pizza as well, though.
And the sushi we had here was just super expensive. We got conned. The Wagyu.
Oh, yeah.
That was just a con.
Peter wanted to get Wagyu sashimi.
Yeah, they had like their menu, and then they had an area that was called sashimi and nigiri, and it was sort of like had the 2 prices, and you got 2 pieces of this three or four pieces with this.
But then another area of the menu, they had some Wagyu thingy, and Peter wanted a bunch of different sashimis and ordered that, and one of them being Wagyu, and then his came out and they were like, oh, Wagyu this, that and the other. And I looked at it and I was like, no, like I don't. But then the guy left and I was like, hang on, Peter, like don't eat that yet because I don't think that's what you ordered. And then I looked at the menu and I was like, see, look at this one up here. This one's got crispy shallots and this, that and the other with it. I think that's what they've given you. And that one that they've given you is like $58. And then I was like, don't touch it. Like we need to say something. And then our server came back over and we said, hey, we think they've given us this instead of this. And she's like, no, that is this. And it wasn't. It was a super expensive one.
Yeah, 4 thin strips of Wagyu. And I'm talking, how would I explain it?
Small.
Yeah, they're just little strips. I'm trying to think of something else that was about that size. So the size of a Band-Aid. Yeah. There's 4 strips the size of a Band-Aid, maybe double the thickness of a Band-Aid. They were thin little strips, and it wasn't proper Wagyu. I've had super, super expensive Wagyu, and this was definitely not. I think it was Gu Wei. But even we went to that restaurant district, like there's a whole heap of big, classy-looking restaurants. They were all empty.
Yeah.
Remember we walked past and nearly everyone was empty, and ours was pretty empty when we walked in. Another thing, good thing about it, they had a good playlist going.
Yeah, I really like the playlist. I was playing Tom Dollar and a bunch of other like deep house tunes that I like to listen to. It was
their sake was nice.
Sake was good. Miso soup was nice.
I know, yeah, the miso soup was very nice.
Anyway,
I didn't rate anything else much.
That's us on food.
Is that our whinge hour?
That's us on food.
On food.
On food.
So I can cross food off the list. Upside down burger can go off the list.
I can cross it off my list as well.
And so we managed to be able to hide our food better this time, though.
What do you mean?
Well, with most meals, we're just taking one bite out of it each, and then trying to work out how do we hide this so when the waiter comes up and goes, oh, didn't you like it?
I just put my napkin over it. Push it around and put a napkin over it.
Well, yeah, remember in Miami, remember I grabbed a piece of your thing that you didn't like and just walked, we were sitting in the outside area, and I just walked up the path and put it in the rubbish bin out in the footpath.
No, I don't remember that.
I told you I put it on the handrail and you were really worried about it. Can't you remember? You said, what did you do with it? I said, I put it on the handrail.
Which place?
The place with all the dogs, the pretty dogs on the ground. Tapas.
Oh, yeah.
The place that gave you the cold potato omelette.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Where we made friends.
Your friends. Beck didn't see what I did, but I told her first I put it in the handrail, and I said, no, I'm joking. See the lady over there? I dropped it in her handbag.
It's such a shit.
It was so tempting to do that. It was just opened enough that I could have dropped it in the handbag.
So bad.
It would have been so funny. It wouldn't. You're no fun.
That's not fun. That's nasty.
Oh, have you got notes today?
I do have notes today.
Well, I wrote mine on a piece of paper so you couldn't steal mine.
Well, I put mine in a not shared note with you so you can't steal mine.
I don't steal yours.
I was going to talk about models and agencies.
There's not much to talk about that. What's a dumb topic to come up with?
So I was good because we haven't done a potty since last weekend in Miami. Pretty bad when you've got a whole group of people who've turned up for a workshop, spent a lot of money, and over the course of the weekend, out of the 5 models that you booked, only 3 turn up and you get 2 no-shows. And it's a top agency. So that's pretty bad and embarrassing, but I learned from that this weekend, during the week, before the weekend, I called the agent that I've been emailing and had a proper conversation with her on the phone, which is something that Peter taught me, and I'm starting to get over my fear of making phone calls.
Yeah, you got to remember, Beck spent the first half of her life on a sex call centre phone line.
Because of my previous job, I've had this like real bad phobia of making phone calls, but I'm pretty over that now. So
You can see that it works so much better than
it
the
does.
emails.
So I gave the agent a call just to touch base and make sure that everyone was good to go for the weekend and blah, blah. And just, make sure that I'm a human. I'm not just an email, like having that human interaction. And then I got her to send me the phone numbers of all of the girls, and I told her it was because I had no shows. I think she said something to these girls because they all rocked up early, which was really nice. But I did have their phone numbers just in case. So I've learnt that that's a good thing to do is...
Yeah, this is the first time I haven't seen you stress like crazy.
Yeah, because they were all
They're actually there
early,
before
yeah.
time, not 5, 10, 15 minutes after time.
Yeah, so that was really good. So I've learnt that, but I now have another learning curve that I need to, when I'm booking models, point out that, hey, as I've already said, this is a workshop. There will be a group of photographers that have come to learn from Peter. Please don't send girls that don't have much experience or are still like teenagers, because...
Yeah, we've had that one 16-year-old who came up with her mum. Like, she was fine as a model. We got some nice pictures, but I don't think it's appropriate to...
I don't either, and I find it really...
In Europe, I can cope with it, but not in America. America's so different with fashion.
And I find it really daunting that, like, I always like to have a talk with the model when they arrive, models. I have a talk with them and I explain what the go is and let them know that, I'm here if they have anything. Peter's going to be a little bit different to other photographers, not in a bad way. It's just he does work differently.
Be very scared.
I'm like, but that's why people have come to learn, is because he is different from most other photographers. But trust me, it's not a bad thing. I'm just letting you know that he will, he'll do some model training and blah, blah, blah. But I give him a little bit of a heads up. But then I'm kind of like, okay, off you go, and just shove them in front of a room full of photographers. And by the end of it, but at the start, they're just so, like, it's daunting. Even if I've had to step in, like when we've had no shows and stuff, I get a little bit...
Yeah, only a little bit.
But it's still, like, but this is me who's done it
all the time.
Yeah.
And
I still find it a little bit daunting standing there, and this is someone that's never done it before. And if they don't have much experience in front of the camera and haven't maybe done too many photo shoots, that's going to be so scary for them. So I need to start including that.
I do like one sort of newbie, someone who hasn't had much experience.
Yeah, because then it shows them different experience levels.
Because they haven't got into the super bad habits.
Yeah.
The models have been around for maybe 3-4 years and have had 4,000 photographers say hold, and the real newbies, you see, they don't have that click move,
and
which is good. That's
it's
what
really quite quick for you to train them, because they you don't have to break any bad habits out of them because they don't have those habits yet.
Well, yeah, the model that we had, one of the models we had yesterday, had only been modelling a short period of time. She should not be a model, just her own comfort zone. I can't see why would she ever want to be a model. She would die on the first big commercial shoot. Because you don't get to pick and choose what clothes you wear and things like that. And agencies should be pointing this out to the girls. Like, this is what's going to happen. Not that it happens on us, but I can see she would be absolutely, and see her on a big shoot,
She'd be so scared.
She'd die.
She'd be so scared.
But anyway, when we came to one of my little training tricks, she did it perfect. She was one of the first girls for a long time, moved her feet perfectly, and all the people go, oh. And she was the one with the least experience, but again, because she hadn't been put into this frame that modelling only happens wherever the camera is. But yeah, it is, I find it very rude of agencies to what they send out and what they want to charge for what they send out. In the real world, if you want to professionally pay more from, if you want So when I'm saying professional, so if you've got different levels of skill, you expect to pay more for a higher level of skill. So it's even like the vet we go to, Dr. Moss, who owns the vet, he is more expensive than any of the other vets, but he's very, very high-end vet. He's specialised in certain areas and he gets paid to fly to different cities around Australia for problems. But I don't know, sending a 16-year-old out that has hardly done a shoot, you shouldn't be charging them out. That's like sending an apprentice out. But the agency doesn't care, they just want their money. Then they worry. See, this is where the agencies are killing their own business anyway, so.
What's just my little...
That's your little suki lala.
It's not really a suki lala, it's more just like, yeah, I've learnt that it's better to make a phone call and make that human connection, but also I've learnt for myself that I need to change my wording when I'm making my first initial request or when I am booking the girls. I do need to point out, like, hey, I do need to have people with models with experience that aren't like either still in high school or literally just left.
Yeah, the two of the models on the Friday, I think one of them had like 10, 15 years experience. And even though I still trained her on the day, and she saw at the end of the day, I can't believe that nobody teaches us these simple little tricks that do so much.
Yeah.
And the dog model thing's working really good. Now I'm hearing even the models liking the fact that I call them dog models, as in models that are like dogs are the best models because I can actually talk to them, whereas the cat models are like Bec, and I just give up. But Bec's not a cat model anyway, she just has cats. She's 100% a dog model. You are.
So anyways, I just wanted to touch on because...
and talking about cats, I really find it funny whenever we go somewhere, the studio we just in had 2 studio cats. Wouldn't go near Bec. Wouldn't stop bugging me the whole time.
They would come near me, but then I tried to pat them and they'd be like...
They were all over me the whole weekend.
Maybe I was intimidating them with my nails.
I don't know. This has happened before where we've been somewhere and the cats just walked straight up to me and wouldn't go near you. Anyway, you finished with your models, have you?
I think so. That was just my little thing. So if anyone listening has problems with agencies, don't worry, I do too. But I'm finding it better this trip than I did in Europe. I've struggled a bit in Europe to get, well, not everywhere actually, but certain cities I struggled to even get a reply.
Oh yeah, agencies are...
But again, I think I said this when we were...
Yeah, difference I think a bit is in Europe.
Language barrier.
A language barrier, and I think they're a bit busier.
Yeah. Well, I really struggled in Sweden to get a reply, but then I did my phone call trick and started actually making phone calls, and then I was getting replies. Because once again, you make that human connection. You're not just an email, you're actually a person.
Well, something I used to say like 15, 20 years ago is lots of photographers whinge with no-shows. They'd arrange a photo shoot with a model or 2 models. They would go out and book a studio, get all there, sit there, and the model just wouldn't turn up. And they're paying for a studio. And I just said, you just get a phone call. Just say, I know it's a bit strange, but I just wanted to speak to you one-on-one about the shoot because it's so much easier in back and forward typing. And even if you want to call me from a blocked number, so I don't have your number, that's fine. And I found I never had no-shows when
you do, yeah.
I thought I had with Anne, so I did that with her, and she was due out, I think, at 10 o'clock, and at 10:30 she hadn't shown up. And I thought, And it was 11:15, she still hadn't shown up. And I wandered up to the train station. It was just like a 1-minute walk from my old studio. And there she is with her bag. Her phone had gone dead flat. She was a little bit late, but she was lost.
That doesn't sound like Anne.
Doesn't sound like Anne at all. No, Anne, I don't Not anymore, but this
No,
was.
mac and cheese.
She was all apologetic. And she was nearly in tears, actually. It was quite
Right.
funny. I hung it on her every other shoot. Oh, you didn't get your phone's working yet. But yeah,
So yeah, that's my
that's
little,
yours.
just my little, spielio about that.
One thing I really enjoyed on this trip, even more so Miami and here, the Uber drivers.
What do you mean?
The conversations with the Uber drivers.
I'm not doing that anymore.
I've got to tell a story, but I'm not going to harp on it. Yes, it was so funny. So we're getting an Uber driver, and I think the first thing, Bec, what was it? What was your first? Oh, about freedom units, talking about every other country in the world is happy to do it with kilometres and Celsius, and he was. Yeah, they brought it in and, it just doesn't work as well as you think it is. And he was being very... Then, oopsie daisies, guns. And this person was a naval police officer, so an army police officer or something. And he was so gung-ho. And all he wanted to do was take Bec out to a driving range to make her fall in love with guns.
Driving range? Don't you mean a shooting range?
They call them shooting range.
Driving
sorry.
range is golf.
Well, maybe someone hits the ball and someone shoots the ball. It was just so funny.
It was very awkward turtles in my life. So ever since that conversation...
What was it? You were very talkative to another driver before that one. I can't remember your conversations, but you two were deep in conversation.
I don't know. Anyway.
We had one the other day.
I've been shutting up since.
He was really... the one that took us to the... to the smoke place, and he said, you should be going to Terry Black's. The one who took us to the Ferris wheel place. Yeah. Anyway, the one we had, not last night, the night before coming back.
Yes. He had all these little...
Was that last night?
No, it was Saturday. He had all these little things up in...
Yeah, what did he make them out of?
I don't know. I think they were just little kits that he gets or something.
I thought he was making them from scratch. But anyway, he had... like the Batmobile, and there are all these tiny little things that he'd completely made all of them. He had Star Wars, he had a
Harry Potter
thing. We also had a pistol on the, just a little toy pistol. And I
didn't say anything.
Bec, don't talk about guns.
I didn't speak that entire right. Peter and him were having a massive, and he had this playlist going that was like such Peter music, and then AC/DC came on, and
in fact, most of the songs on there.
Yeah, so I was like, this is Peter music. And him and Peter were having a great old yap, but I have not spoken to an Uber driver ever since that one. I was like, I'm just going to shut up and keep my silly little Australian opinions to myself. It's just better for everyone involved if I do that.
It was funny though. It was good though yesterday that Uber driver didn't want to talk, so that's also pleasant.
Yes. I think the worst is, I hate it when obviously not when I'm back at home, but if I'm getting an Uber back from somewhere at some ungodly hour, maybe it's like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. Yeah, and
that was scary.
But all they want to do is yap, but I'm like super drunk and just want to go to bed, and all they want to do is, so did you have a good night? I'm like, yes, I did. And I'm like trying to half falling asleep, and I'm trying to stay, but they just want to keep yapping, and I'm like, sir, I've finished yapping for the night. I've been yapping to all my friends all night. I am not in the mood.
I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that you would ever finish yapping. You yap yourself to sleep.
It was a few weeks ago at home, and I think I had 3 long phone calls from 3 of my friends in a row, and by the time I had 2 long phone calls, and then a third friend called me and she wanted to yap, and I was just like, I'm really sorry, I don't mean to be rude, I was just about to hop in the shower, and I felt so rude, and I said to Jared, I was like, I think I'm yapped out, and he's like, I do not believe it. I do not
I
believe.
don't think I would ever believe that.
I don't believe.
You go from one yap to another yap.
Tell a short story long.
Yes. Hey, you know that when there's people in other countries that even say, I want to go soon so there's no more stories.
I'm sorry.
Well, you did the other night. 1 minute's 10 o'clock, next minute's 1 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes I have many things to say.
Or one thing to say that takes a very long time to say it.
I like to tell stories in a very immersive way that makes you feel like you were actually there. So you actually really understand all the moving parts and why certain things are in. But
Yeah, but we didn't need to know if the cockroach was male or female, or if the fly that flew from that side of the room to the other side of the room flew back again.
You need to know every detail about a Bec story. It's what makes it a Bec story.
It's really funny when I've heard a certain Bec story like 4 or 5 times, because there's other people she's telling, how she adds all these characters into the story that weren't in the first story. And these characters have nothing to do with the story, but she still feels like she needs to add them.
Just sometimes they must be added.
But they have nothing to do with the story.
Sometimes on like the 4th iteration of the story, I remember other details that I feel are important.
What do you call those people in the games that are just the one who's walking down the footpath?
NPCs.
NPCs. You add NPCs to your story. They're people that have nothing to do with your story except they're just an NPC. Agree? Maybe.
Just a little. Bec stories are special.
Special.
Very special. I get it from my mum. My
Your
mum's
mum,
even worse.
Your mum. Oh, sorry. Between you, your mum, and Jared. So Jared's different. He just takes a very long time to get to the point. So he doesn't sort of divert. It's just
he over-explains like something.
And he puts it in slow motion. Like even he talks slower and slower as the story goes on. So
he doesn't divert from the point. He just over-explains the point that he's getting to.
The worst thing is you know what he's about to say and it's taken 3 minutes for him to say it, so you say it and then you see the look on his face as, you stole my punchline. Well, it wasn't actually a punchline.
I'm really bad for doing that too. And my poor husband.
I've seen that
I feel like an absolute bitch.
I've actually done it too, so don't worry.
I feel like a total bitch.
Sometimes.
I just finish his like story. He's like, yeah. And then I see him get sad, but I'm trying my hardest to not do that anymore. Trying to be nicer. He lets me yap, so I should let him yap. Anyway. Poor husband. Honestly.
Poor husband.
He sent me a photo of him and the cat.
The Kate.
They were
that cat or both cats?
Just one.
Or your cat or his disaster?
His cat.
His cat.
My one sleeps on the bed waiting for me to return. His one sits in the room on the chair. He's put the chair next to my wheelie chair. He's put that next to his. And
really?
He sent a photo of Grim sitting there looking at the computer, watching him code. I'm like, oh my God. I never thought Jared
at least he's not trying to rip your TV apart or pull the curtains down.
I never thought Jared would be such a cat dad, but he is.
A cat dad.
It's really cute.
You've turned him into one. See, if you didn't get Grim and got a dog, you would have been fine.
I wouldn't have been fine.
Now you can't get a dog because Grim would kill it.
Oh.
Yes. You're going to wait another 20 years. What are you looking at?
Casey.
Oh, during.
She just texted me.
So you're talking to other people rather than talk to the people
No, it's
that
just
have
my
come
phone was.
Well, it doesn't do that when I text you. Hello, are you
She's
awake? Are you awake? We're supposed to have left
She's
already.
going
Are you
to
awake?
be at the airport in 24 hours. How exciting.
Well, we're going to be in the airport under 24 hours. Hang on a minute. I thought she was getting there a day after us. This is not making sense. You sure she's got a schedule right? Is she going to spend the night at the airport waiting for a plane?
I'm scared.
I think, based on what you said, we're arriving one day, she's arriving another day.
We get in on Tuesday and she gets in Thursday.
Right.
But it's Tuesday there, so with 24 hours, which will be Wednesday,
Well,
she'll be getting on the plane.
In 24 hours, we'll already be there.
But she's got to go back in time.
Doesn't matter, it's still 24 hours. No, it doesn't do that. Right. We are on the same, we're different time, but we're still now. It's now for her now, it's now for us now. 24 hours for us now, same as 24 hours for her. Oh, math. Oh, yes. You can see this little one brain cell running around that little empty room.
No, because then she's got to travel for 14 hours.
14 or 16?
Well, it's Melbourne to LA, and then she's got to get a connecting flight.
So it's 16 hours. So that sounds a bit better.
There you go.
Maybe.
Her travel time's a lot more than our travel time.
But Beck was is a lovely gentleman that comes to our workshops, and yes, a very, very clever person that has won one of the biggest awards in the world. I won't say what it was because he doesn't really mention it to many people, but yeah, it's one of the very biggest awards in the world. And we're having some food somewhere, and Beck describes her one brand sale like the
The DVD symbol bounces around.
And they both came to the same thing. Every now and then it gets caught in the corner.
Well, it's so satisfying when it does hit the corner of the TV.
And I just said, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it when Bex has hit the corner. It's just a differing mess.
No, it's like a good thing. It's like,
Not when you hit the corner.
oh yeah, that's my one brain cell.
That's your one brain cell.
The DVD symbol that just bounces around. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Well, my secondary brain cell will be here soon. We can dilly-dally together.
It'll be like two negative poles bouncing off each other. Trying to force himself on each other and then bouncing straight off.
I wish Casey would. I wish I could get her to join a podcast, but she wouldn't. She'd be all shy.
We'll just tie her down.
No, I'm not forcing.
Yeah, we'll just tie her up and put her in between us.
I'm not forcing her
That'd
to do
be
it.
so funny.
No, no, it's not her jam. She'd get all shy.
She'll get shy. Yeah. What about if we got Jessie and her in?
That'd just be so much yapping.
Oh, it would be too much yapping. Nothing would be said. And all right, so I'm going back to my list since you've run out of things.
No, I've still got one more, but you can go to yours. Yeah, you can go to yours.
Oh, I'll get a quick one. American internet. Yeah. How can it be one of the biggest countries in the world and the internet be so bad?
Yeah, I haven't.
Like, I thought our internet in Australia was bad, but... And we've got a landmass not much different to America, but we've only got 30,000. They've got what? How many trillion?
We didn't have 30. We've got 27 million, I think.
Yeah, well, nearly 30.
No.
Well, no, it'll be higher than that. There's all the illegals that nobody knows about.
Oh. We're going there.
But yeah, I've just been really surprised at how, like, even with you...
Well, I've been there struggling to do some of my emails, and some of my emails aren't sending properly
But
to
even
people.
when we go to restaurants or we want to get an Uber or something, like we have 5 bars of service, but the email is terrible.
Yeah, well, it's like even my emails aren't getting through to people sometimes, and
Did you send them?
Yes, but they're just not. I don't know. But even like when I was trying to do emails before, I had those like error things next to both mine and your mailboxes, and I was like, "Hello," but the internet was working. I'm like, "Why won't my disconnect?" It's just I don't know. I don't get it.
All right, well, now I'm going to do my whinge.
Your whinge.
Am I allowed to have a whinge?
If you want to have a whinge,
Frigging camera companies.
here we go.
Well, it's really, really hard because we've got to run these workshops and everyone has different cameras. And camera companies are just getting worse and worse. We had someone on the workshop this weekend who had the new Sony A9, I think it is, A9 III, and it has this global shutter. It took forever to work out how to get to turn the flash on because we're the global, and it's all these, the flash, there's like 10 pages of flash menus. It's just, they're getting ridiculous with, I know Sony is like notoriously bad for their menus. And Sony is one of these companies in the past, if enough people whinge about things, they fix it. So in the very early days of the mirrorless, there's lots of whinging, you don't have 2 card slots, and they fixed they've never fixed their menu. Mm. Fuji's menus are just as bad. And you saw the other day when we had the guy there, and again, we couldn't get the flash trigger to trigger. Mm. And in his menu, you could find this area, and it had an off. And you moved the joystick, it didn't change it. Moved the other thing, you changed everything else in that menu, didn't change it. Oh, no, there's another wheel you moved to change this one. But it's the only time you touch that wheel in any menu system. It's just so, I was so lucky I remembered. That's right, there was some wheel someone had to move to get it to go from off to on.
That's just silly.
It's ridiculous. It's not just silly. More and more of them, I know nobody's writing the emails, but nearly every single person agrees after the first half an hour of the Natural Light workshop that this is just insane, that camera companies on a mirrorless camera that we have a TV screen as our viewfinder can't put information about exposure in the TV screen. But if you flick it to video, you can have that information. You flick it back to photo, no, bad luck, you're not having it.
Yeah, it's like the technology's in there.
The technology's everywhere. They could do false color, they could do freaking video scopes, they can do all of that stuff. They've just decided they don't want to. Well, what's the use of having a mirrorless camera? There's no use of having a mirrorless camera if you're not going to put the information in there to help somebody who wants to be a professional, no, master photographer, that's right. Not professional, that's P for professional. A for advanced, S for superstar, right? M for master. So the people who actually want to have full control over their exposure and not have some little AI creature inside moving buttons for you that has no idea what you just did. And it was one guy who was quite new to photography, and he really didn't understand. He'd only ever shot in aperture priority, even though we tell people we don't mind how little experience you have as long as you know how to shoot in manual.
Yeah, as long as you know your way around your camera and you know how to shoot in manual, Peter will teach you the rest.
Yeah. And I took him aside and got him up to speed, but he really didn't understand what I meant. So there was the 2 models standing there. We had the the very light-skinned model, the blonde hair, and we had the dark model. And all I said is, leave it on your aperture priority. And I just want you just zoom in, so you just sort of this close without them even knowing, just go click, move, click. And he did that. And I said, now look at the 2 pictures. Look how much the background changed. He said, why would it do that? And I said, now look at the settings that were on there. It changed to a 1.5 stops. The light didn't change because it was there. So it should have been the exact same exposure. And when he saw that, I said, it's even better. I got him to put his camera onto video and left it in aperture priority. I said, you just move your camera around just this group of people and you watch what happens to the background.
And then, that's when he clicked.
Then he's gone, I don't want that. I said, right, this is why he needs to shoot in manual. That annoys me a lot. And that's my way around is there's 3 reasons I shoot with the Leica. And one of those reasons is that that ability to have an overexposure warning that I can actually tell the camera exactly what number I want it to go off. I think it's the only camera that actually has it in the viewfinder. They've got a really big viewfinder, they've got a really simple menu system, and I love the M lenses. Right? I can put M lenses on Sony's and other things, but their viewfinder isn't quite as nice. They definitely don't have an overexposure warning. I have to use zebraing, and the menu system on Sony is disgusting. I shot Canon for so long in my life. Right up, even when I first got my Hasselblad, my Canon was always my second camera. But when I was ambassador for Zeiss, it was near impossible for me to focus the Otis. because their viewfinder is so tunnel vision small, and this is back on DSLR, no mirrorless, so you can't have focus peaking. I would be there and I couldn't even see my focus. And that's when I swapped over to the Sonys for the mirrorless. So now I put focus peaking in and use these beautiful pieces of glass. And it wasn't my eyes were bad. Even talking with Zeiss a fair bit, they said, yeah, the problem with Nikon and Canon is their viewfinders are very tunnel vision. And if you're just using autofocus, it doesn't matter. But as soon as you want to use manual focus, it gets really, really hard to see, especially if you're trying to get the eyes to be sharp. But it really, really annoys me. And I did see a very, very interesting YouTube. I can't remember his name. He's dark skin. He's a tech interview. He does lots and lots, all the Apple stuff. Anything comes out that's tech, he does. People out there will know who I'm talking about. Very, very, very educated. He's not he has sponsors on his thing, but he's not paid, I don't think, to talk about what he talks about. He just does really, really good tech reviews. And there's a group of people he's got together that all have podcasts. I don't know any of them. It was so much fun to watch. One of them is a photographer, also has his podcast, but more on tech, not as much on, and he does extreme hiking. He does the Everest stuff that you've been going down the tunnel.
A rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole, yeah. So just to divert a little bit, for the last 3 or 4 days, every conversation with Bec is Everest. Oh, did you know? These people, why would these people do this?
I have fallen down such a rabbit hole about Mount Everest. I don't know why the hell people are doing this. It costs them so much money. The poor Sherpas, they're just, lots of people.
No, the Sherpas are making money.
Not as much.
You can't say, no, they wouldn't even have that job.
They're doing
they
so
make
much for
very good money.
These people, but all these TikToks I'm seeing of these people, like there was this one girl who, I don't know if she might have actually got to the summit, and she might have been coming, but she's posting all these things. She's got like frostbite everywhere. She's out of breath. She's like, I just got back to, and like, I'm like, this is optional. Like this is a completely optional thing, and you sound like you are not enjoying
this sounds like you at the end of a festival.
Like
covered in dust and dirt, can't talk.
Yeah, but I'm like, I had the best time of my life.
Well, she had the best time of her life.
No, she sounds
climbing
like
a
she was
hill.
I saw another one before, sounded like she was complaining, and I'm like, what? This doesn't sound fun. What are you doing? Leave that poor mountain alone. And it's just covered in poop bags as well, like.
And dead people.
It's
It's too expensive to pull their body off.
And there are certain dead people that are landmarks. There's a guy called Green Boots, and he's a landmark. And then it's just, why? Don't do this. The great indoors is completely fine. You don't need to.
You should. Anyway, so we've diverted from my subject, but we'll come back onto my subject. Anyway, a lot of his photography, he obviously hikes and skis to go, summits and things like this. I'm not talking about Mount Everest. He's not doing stuff where he needs oxygen. And he just had this little game, and there was these 4 YouTubers that I believe they all had very big channels. They seem all very smart people, and he just put up 2 pictures. Or put up 1 picture. And the simple thing he said is, Leica M11 or iPhone. It was so interesting because all these people have reviewed iPhones, have reviewed very expensive camera gear as well as other tech. It was so interesting. Oh, because it's vignetting a bit in that corner, I reckon it has to be the M11 because my phone's not going to. And they broke it down. Oh, look at the details in the shadows. That's got to be the iPhone. Oh, this one's got. They're all wrong. And the amount of pictures that they swore that there's no way knowing the iPhone could. And these pictures hadn't been retouched. None of them. They were just nice, clean, and they were beautiful pictures. They were stunning, like really, really nice snow hilltop valleys. Very, very difficult lighting positions. It was stuff you'd see at Yosemite Park. And I could not believe that they were looking on computer monitors, and the pictures had been loaded in something called Google Slide or something, so they could all see them together. And they did say the Google Slide is not quite as high quality to really get into the nitty gritty. But I was so surprised when you've got that bigger difference in camera lens, and these experts are having trouble seeing it. Like the guy shot all the stuff on the iPhone in RAW and did all his own settings and everything, didn't use any automatics, but it was still very, very surprising. But I don't know, I just can't. As I was saying on the weekend, if I can't hold the camera out there and take a photo because I'm seeing all this stuff around, I want to just see my canvas. Although Beck wouldn't quite understand what I'm about to say. She might. Is it awake?
Yeah.
No, I was just checking if the brain cell's awake. So in the M11, because it's a rangefinder, in your viewfinder, you have little squares for each different lenses. So quite often in the viewfinder, that's outside, but you look at the white lines depending on the lens you're shooting. So it's still like doing this a little bit.
Right.
So people that shoot the rangefinder cameras most likely can accept seeing outside with rain, whereas I hate it. I don't like it at all. I just want to get that viewfinder on my eye. I only want to see my canvas. And then beside cropping camera, I don't like cropping afterwards. To a point, like the picture I edited of you yesterday, it took maybe a centimetre off the bottom edge. So I didn't like your chunky thigh.
Thanks.
Well, I knew you'd thank me for that. It wasn't chunky, it just looked chunky because where the crop was. And it wasn't your thigh, so it was your calf. Thanks. See? I'm nice to you.
Sometimes.
I hid your chunky calf.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Still
coughing.
Still coughing. It's getting better though.
Well, the second part of that is, so that's only the first part of my whinge. The second part of my whinge is, guys, come on, get serious. You're going to buy a camera, learn it. Don't go to a photo shoot till you know how to use it. You should know all your menus, what's in there, which menus you don't need to look at. There's enough good YouTube channels out there that specialize in going through the menu of the camera. So I know that when I got my first SL Leica, I found there was a Leica guy and he went through every single menu on that camera, showed why, where, how, showed where you can put it into menu. You've got your favorites menu so you can move stuff. That, took me maybe 2.5 hours to watch it and then do it on the camera and do all of that stuff. But that just saved me maybe 2 months of learning. You know yourself how many times on workshops that people turn up and we've got to help them with their camera that we don't even know. And one thing that Beck writes in there, please bring your manual, even if it's a digital manual.
Yeah.
But how many times we end up being on Google trying to find their problem?
Yes.
Yes, you're on quiet.
I'm letting you talk about your camera stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Well, sorry, I don't have much to add when you talk about this stuff.
That's all right. I'll talk about hilltops.
Hilltop?
People dying on big, tall hills. Did you see her spark up? It's like her new favouriteest thing.
So interesting. I've learnt so much. I really want to watch that Everest movie about the 1996 disaster when the two groups went up and then they were like...
There's better disaster movies than that on hills.
No, but I want to watch this one because it's my current hyperfixation. I'm just really hyperfixated on Everest at the moment. I can't watch enough of it. It's like my entire algorithm at the moment is Everest.
Not quite. You made me laugh this morning. I was actually laughing inside very loudly.
What about your favourite billionaire?
Yes. It's when this particular billionaire brought out a new album. You could buy tickets to seats for the launch of her album. Cha-ching!
You can go
I was
to the
surprised
movie.
there wasn't a merch friggin' thing.
Well, there has been a merch drop on the website, but then in case the album isn't enough and she's running out of money, you can now buy tickets to go watch the launch in movies. And now that that's out and there's new merch out, and then there's 5 different vinyls you can get. Oh, this morning it got announced that there's now going to be a new 6-part docuseries about the Eras Tour, and there's going to be the new final show, and it's going to be available to stream on Disney+. So you've got to buy a Disney subscription. Oh, because she's clearly running out of money.
I'm surprised she didn't have it. You go to the cinemas first, you could watch it, then it'll be on Disney Plus.
Probably will be at the cinemas too. I mean, the last one was. I went to go watch it.
A year ago, you would have offended her, but now you've actually seen.
I still love her, and I still think she's amazing.
I'm not saying you don't love her. I'm just saying a year ago you would have defended more.
I still
Now
love
you've
her.
actually gone, yeah, she's a little bit. Let's drain every single cent out of my fans.
I think it's
can
because I saw
before all of a sudden nobody likes me anymore because my last album was just one continuous boring song.
I think there's this real smart ass chick that pops up in my feed, and she did a really funny video on exactly this. And she's like, it could be the end of the world. It could be like
About to be hit by an asteroid. Before you die, buy my new asteroid being hit song.
it's like everyone will be like bunkering down, and she'll make some new release just to get another dollar out of everyone. And I just, even as a Swiftie, I just lost it because I was like, it's just so true. I still love her and good on her. I mean, she's smart, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
She is. Anyway.
I think that saying that money is the root of all evil is right, because look at everybody, the more they make, the more evil they become. Or the more desperate they are for more money, even though they could never, ever spend the money they already have. And I notice that even with people like Elon Musk, who I thought, but no, he's just as bad as all the rest of them. Anything he can suck you into joining and then add a charge on it later. And that's what's going to happen with all this AI. People think this AI is all good. Just wait. It won't be long till you won't be able to just go to ChatGPT and say a sentence. They'll charge you per letter. Every time you type one letter, you're going to have to pay a fee. They're not going to keep doing it for nothing. We already know what Adobe's doing. You use generative AI, and after you use it so many times, now you have to pay.
Well, my stupid little game that I play, I've heard people have said that once you start buying like the little add-on packs to get like extra gems and stuff like that, once you buy a couple of them, they start like hiking the price up every time they offer them to you. And I used to get a little free energy thingy once a day, and then I did buy something one time and I don't get the free thing anymore.
No, be short, now a consumer.
Dodgy. Anyway.
The waste of time game I play when I'm bored because Bec won't talk to me. I've never bought anything. I'll never buy anything. As soon as it goes, you've run out of time or lives, you've got to wait 20 minutes. That's fine. I'll put it away for a day. If you leave it for 3 or 4 days, all of a sudden it gives you all this free shit to sort of reward you for to stay playing it. So I take the free shit and stay off for another week. Not that's any shit that's any good. What's you looking at? You're looking at your times.
It's been over an hour.
It's been over an hour and I didn't even finish my list. You want to cut me off before I finish my list?
I didn't finish mine either.
No, we'll save it for next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Although I don't know. Just in case, so the next week's podcast might be just me on my own. So I don't know if they'll let you podcast out of hospitals.
I'm not going to be in hospital.
Oh, sorry, there's some form.
I'm not going to hospital.
You and Casey have some form.
We're not going to hospital this time, I promise you.
Promise?
Promise. We promise me and Casey are not going to hospital. We promise Jared as well.
What about jail?
I'm not going to jail either. No. No.
No, you're not going to get into a Learjet with Panic at the Disco?
They're not going to put me in a Learjet.
Oh, you'd be most likely the hottest thing on 6-year-old people now. You're going to be this beautiful young piece of fluff. They're going to kidnap you and put you on the Learjet.
No, they're not. Mm-hmm.
They're not going to take Avril Lavigne because she's 50-odd now.
She's not.
She looks it.
Anyways. Won't be Peter on his own. I'll still be around. No hospital. But
I'll just get some pillows and put them in your clothes and sit them there. You brought your hair extensions along, didn't you?
Yeah.
I can just stick the hair extensions on the pillow. I can do makeup on the pillow. And I'm certain the pillow's going to have one brain cell.
Probably has more than me, to be honest. Well, you guys have a good week, and we will speak to you from Vegas.
Gus.
Bye, guys.
See ya.